Hello everyone, welcome to the Elliott Wave YouTube channel. This is Henry and today is Wednesday, July 27 and the time is around 3:45 a.m. GMT. Today we're going to be looking at the chart of the GDX. This is the gold miners ETF 30 minutes chart. We can see we ended with 5 of 3 right here. So now in the process of a bigger degree rally in 3 swings as a form of an ABC to finish 4 before another leg down, right? So basically based on this we can conclude that okay, if we are looking at the short term, that we might potentially see extension higher, right, in 3 waves before we later on finish and then starts to turn lower again afterwards, right? Once we finish this wave 4. Now if we zoom out though, things get more interesting. So if I look at the weekly time frame, for example, and let me just put down this with 3 label in the proper place. So according to discount, we are calling this 2437 as with 3, right, which is this low here. So based on this, if you put it as a with 3, we can conclude, or we can kind of um, observe that this has to be the 2 and this has to be the 1, right? So then that means we could potentially see a 4 followed by another leg down, right? A 5. So it looks like, if you look at the weekly at least, it looks like a 3 ways down. Now what's very interesting about it is the idea that when you look at the weekly, you can see we rally strongly from the COVID-19 low, and then from here we got this move, right? So this seems to belong to one cycle, and then you got the connector, and then you got a new low. And if you mention the extension right here, it hit the 100%, meaning we are actually is in the support zone already now. So this is a 3 swing so far, and it's already in the support zone. Now that doesn't mean we finish exactly after hitting the level, the exact level, and it starts to rally. No, it is a zone after all, and the zone is a pretty big one because we're dealing with the 100% extension of a pretty big time frame, or pretty long period of time starting from 2020, right? So it's a 2-year kind of equal area. So that's a pretty big zone, right? So when dealing about this zone like this, we need to understand that it can always extends because it's a big zone, right? And so it's pointless, almost pointless, to try to speak of the exact low that you want to get, because nobody almost certainly can pick the exact low, right? But the idea that we have reached the minimum is enough for everyone to understand that we have reached the minimum target to finish. If it wants to finish, it could finish anytime, any moment, right? This entire 3 swings, and then we can start to rally again if that's the case, right? At least rally pick, like in a bigger 3 ways rally, or even doing like this. So it depends whether the larger degree is bullish or bearish at this point. But if the larger degree is bullish, then we should be looking for potential support in this. Now I don't think it's going to break below here, because it shouldn't break below here if it is really bullish. So it should be somewhere between 100%, let's say, and 123.6, or even 100% to this low. Basically, technically speaking, is between this low and 100%. This low is around $16, and we reached $24, which is the 100% extension. So this doesn't need to be a 5 ways down. So for example, this could be ABC. This could be called like a WXY, and then you can call this W, and you can call this an X, and then you can call this a Y as an ABC, and then starts to go up again. So that certainly is a possibility. So the really interesting part is really in the larger degree, that we think that this is very close to finally form some sort of a low and then starting to turn higher. Whereas in the shorter cycle, again, it's really tough to pick the low, guys. Nobody can. If you want to bet this is the exact low, most likely, it's the probability is pretty low that anyone can catch the exact low, right? But the fact that it has reached the minimum is enough for us to understand this could rally anytime. So for now, we're still calling for ABC, then maybe another leg down again, right, to basically finish a 5 ways down from here, and then maybe we finish the entire cycle from August 2020 and starts to rally, right? But let's say if the key when we're dealing with this major turn in the larger time frame, sometimes we might be wrong in the last leg. We might be wrong in the last leg because you don't want to pick the low, so you're calling for another leg down, but then that leg down might not happen after all, and it might finish and then starts to rally. So just keep that in mind. So for now, we're looking for possibly another leg down again one more time. Then after that, we potentially may finish the cycle and then starts to do a bigger rally, at least in 3 swing. The alternate being that this cycle is already complete, but again, it's way too early to conclude even that, because we have not even done any credible rally at all to start even speculating on the idea this cycle is finished. So we have to see more data and more evidence to suggest otherwise. But until then, we're still calling for another leg down. Alright, so that's the update for GDX, and as always, if you want to get regular updates on GDX or any other ETF, stocks, indices, commodities, Forex, cryptos, we have 14 days trial. The link is provided in the description of the video. So I'll see you all again next time. Have a nice day, everyone.